Hello. Just left Bellingham International Airport area. I'm going to find some food, maybe Costco or some food court. I don't know. Here it's a nice forest, not far from the airport. The airfield is that way. I came here today to perform the COVID test, which is a tent, white tent in the parking lot. Yesterday I landed here in Bellingham, and based on some wrong information that was provided by Health Canada, the employee over the phone, I canceled my test, which was booked already. So I booked the test here in a parking lot at Bellingham International, and yeah, wrong information from maybe untrained employee. I don't know. Anyway, that was a bit of a waste of time. So I had to spend the night at the motel, a cheap motel in Blaine, a motel that kind of falling apart. So probably built 40, 50 years ago. Stuff is not maintained, and what I have on me is just a jacket, the 2 COVID tests that were provided by the Canadian border officers. They sent me back in the States, and yes, so that motel have no hair dryer, so I took a shower in the morning. There was no shampoo. It was like three small pieces of soap, and so I got in the shower in a bathtub, and I see the shower head is kind of not sitting properly. The mount is not right. Okay, so there was some old leftovers from the previous client. Some soap in a bathtub. So I thought, okay, that's with their cleaning, and of course other items that are in a very poor condition. That's okay. And now I'm tired. I'm tired because I had a long flight. The flight was 31 hours. Of course, with the breaks in between, so waiting 8 hours in Doha, in Qatar, then waiting like 4 hours or something in Seattle for my next flight, then in Bucharest when I left Romania. I got in the airport maybe around 7 o'clock or something. I did not sleep well in the train, so the train ride was about 12 hours from where my brother lives. So he gave me a ride to the airport, so I had to drop off the rental car, then take my brother's car, go together to the train, and jump in a train. 12 hours ride or something. Or maybe it was only 8. Maybe the other one was 12. Yeah, 8, whatever. So got in Romania capital, which is Bucharest. Got there around 6 something. I don't know how the heck I got to. Yeah, there is a small train from the train station. From the train station to the airport. Got there maybe around 7 o'clock or something. So went to take the COVID test, but I didn't go to take the COVID test too early because I thought, okay, I need to make sure I fall within the time frame of the COVID test requirement, 72 hours. So I thought, okay, since the flight is around 4:30, no, 6 something, yeah, 6 p.m. or something. I thought no point to take the test in the morning because they guarantee that the results come in within 6 hours, which is wow compared to how long it takes here in Bellingham and Vancouver. Like the test results show in 24 to 48 hours. Of course, when I left Canada, I got the email within maybe 9-10 hours or something, which was fast. But you need to know how to schedule those things. Like you need to be either lucky or I don't know how you would schedule, since this COVID tests don't show up within the specific time frame. They tell you up to 48 hours, but if you take the test and the test comes in let's say 20 hours and you have a booked flight, so you have to in order to take the test in Canada, you have to show those guys, you have to tell them when you fly, so otherwise the website won't let you book. So you get that booking hoping that the test arrives early, so you still have some, let's say 10 hours or something. But if you have a connecting flight and let's say you need that test to your destination country, like in my case I had to show a negative test in order to enter United States, right? So not only board the plane, but in order to enter the United States. Some tests are valid only for 48 hours or something, but once I took it says 72 hours. Why this criteria? I have no idea. Don't ask questions. I have no idea. Yeah, so it was tight, and I was very lucky. That's at the airport COVID testing site. Oh, they have a big sign here. And it cost me, let me see where Costco. Costco is that way, yes. So I am not going this way. I need to go back, cross the street this way, because I'm pretty hungry. Okay, so these guys have some sort of a four-way stop here. Yeah, so when I got to Bucharest, in order to get into, no, the other way. When I left Canada, I had to take a COVID test, the PCR type of test. And when I got to Lufthansa, they said, German authorities want you to take this test, the quick test, the antigen test in the airport. And I figured that's a made up stuff, because the PCR, the molecular test, it's more advanced test. It's more reliable test than the antigen test. But you can't board the airplane without that test, so it's their requirement. It's like between the airline and the government of Germany or something like that. I'm not saying that Germany does not have experts or something, but someone at a higher level, generally a person with lots of political power, or things like that, a decision maker decided, what, we need a quick test in the airports before they board for Germany. Even you don't enter Germany, you just transit. Doesn't matter. They want you to take that test, and you take the test. It's $130 $30 something or something like that. The PCR test was $210 in Canada through Life Labs. Okay, and yeah, so the money goes. When I returned the test in Romania, like I said, I got the results in maybe 4 hours. Was pretty fast. It was about $100 something, maybe $110 or something, like much cheaper and much faster than I got in Canada. Now I got the test done. I landed at Seattle. I passed the security. There was an office, two people from some United States Health Authority or something, like some officials with a face shield, with face masks, looked like robots. Randomly asked people to step aside. So they did not check everyone because, it's not practical for them to stop the traffic, to stop the people flow. Hundreds people come out of the aircraft, and how many aircrafts come in every day? Imagine they would need lots of people to deal with this COVID problem, which is a new problem, and they don't have people. They don't have people to deal with that. It's not a system set up. It's like a year or a year and a half old problem, and people are still growing, the companies are still growing, the government set new rules, and stuff are changing. So from the business perspective, you need to hire lots of people. So they randomly select people, pull them on the side. I was lucky, well, not lucky. Yeah, I had the test anyways. I didn't care, but it's annoying to answer questions and show some documents and try to get some Wi-Fi to show in case the document is not readable because it was folded on my wallet. So I would have to show the document in the from the cell phone screen, but the document on the cell phone, it's a password protected. Now the password was in my check-in luggage, which was somewhere in the conveyor belt or somewhere. But in order to reach my luggage to get my document, my printed document that has the password to open the PDF file which shows the test result, the COVID test results. Before that I would have to answer questions. Anyway, so good thing that I went through that first hoop, and got here Bellingham, a shorter flight at a lower altitude, a noisy aircraft. Anyway, it was crammed. I was lucky. It's this trip was packed with stress, adventure, and roadblocks. Was not a regular trip. And I had a relative in my family who passed away. That's the reason I went to Romania. I can't say who and what, which was kind of a wake-up call, kind of. And yeah, so I got to the aircraft. This aircraft from Bellingham, operated by Alaska Airlines, but actually it was Horizon Airlines or something through Alaska Airlines. Anyway, a third party. And when I got to another security check, was 3 security checks. so security check in Bucharest, well actually more than 3. So security check in Bucharest, security check in Doha at the Hamad International Airport. Let me see, what is Costco? Security check in Seattle, then security check in Seattle for the other aircraft, for the flight from Seattle to let me see, press the button. I want to cross the street. Wait. So from Seattle, let me see, man, should cross there? I'll go this way. Seattle to Bellingham, that's a short flight, 45 minutes or something like that, and I had to go to the security again. But before I go to the security, it says boarding pass. Okay, boarding pass. But I don't have a boarding pass. It was an electronic ticket for which I got 2 boarding passes in Bucharest. So they gave me 2 boarding passes, but no boarding pass for the short flight to Bellingham. And now what I'm going to do, I go back to Alaska Airlines. So luckily I had 1 more hour to wait around till boarding and going to Alaska Airlines, and she gave me a boarding pass but with no seat. Now I'm going back to the boarding gate and I'm looking at the screen and it says 76 seats available, 72 checked in. Then I see my name, but not the full name. It's just like a short version of my name on the screen, probably for privacy or something. I see my name, it's a no seat, and I'm looking at my ticket, the one I got from the Alaska Airlines assistance counter, or sound like a client assistant counter, and it says no seat or something. Said, what? I need to get on this flight because I have a COVID test scheduled at 5:45. So at 4:45 or something, I was supposed to land in the Bellingham, and at 5:45, I had a test scheduled. So for me, everything was scheduled in this trip. One after another. I was like, oh man, it was really stressful. And let me cross the street here.
Wait.
I think I'm going to Costco that way. I need to cross the bridge over I-5, which is a highway in the Bellingham area. Okay. Yeah, so of course jet lag was setting in a bit. Usually it takes, for normal people, it takes about a week or 2 weeks of adapting to the new time zone. But for me now it's like daytime. I'm still awake. Of course, it's almost 3 o'clock, and 2 little coffees in the morning are still working. So I hope I won't have much trouble with that part. Oh, Costco is that way, so I have to walk another 400 meters, get some food, then go back to catch the bus that takes me back to Blaine, where I'm going to wait till I get my email with the results. So most likely won't get the results tonight, because once I get the results, COVID test results, I'm heading to the border crossing. It's a 800-meter walk. It's not an easy journey, especially with my my situation, but it's cheaper than going through Vancouver International Airport and taking 3-day mandatory hotel stay, 3-day, which is $1,000 something, like $1,500 or something. Look at the beauties, some beautiful stuff. When people are tired, they can't see the beauty, life force and life beauty, because the mind is tired. So you need energy for that. So that's highway I-5. It's busy even with the COVID. To me, it looks exactly the same. Like about 5 years ago, when last time I came to the States for shopping. So I don't see any slowdown. People still drive around. People. I'm positive that when you go to Seattle, before you enter Seattle, it's a big lineup on the highway. Now, got to where I left because my brain is tired, man. It's like I slept maybe 5-6 hours last night in a motel. What I was talking about? See, even here on the side of the road, there is some beautiful flowers and plants and stuff. It's good. And I see Costco. Hopefully it's not a lineup at the food court because I'm pretty hungry. Taco time. No, I don't want the taco time. I'm not into Mexican food. Batteries. There's no food. I can't eat batteries. Yeah. That was my kind of a short description of the journey. I got here at Bellingham Airport because that was the last thing I was talking about. Fred Meyers, oh yes, okay. Subway, oh, has Subway. I got the Bellingham Airport, took the bus. I had some carry-on luggage, not big. That's one of the reasons I did not take the full allowed weight. It's like 2 bags of 23 kilos or something like that. I knew that I was going to walk to the border and I didn't want to do that with 20 something kilos. By the way, they confiscated some food at Seattle. When you go through the customs, you need to fill out the form at US border control. Get into there. Let me see how to get to Costco. And they asked me what type of food I have and that. I said I have some vodka, I have some regular food and some lard, like a pig, like a pork. And the officer, of course, I was not going to hide stuff because it shows on the x-ray. And let me see to finish the video here. And the officer put a letter A on my document, and A probably is from agricultural products. I assume that. I'm not sure. Okay, oh, that's good to see it a little bit. Wow, lots of walking these days in Romania. Walking like 8k a day, 10k a day, 4k a day. Oh, walking every day. And maybe it's a good thing because I did not have a car. No, I had a rental car, but I had to go hiking, and here I don't have a car. I tried to rent a car from these rental companies in the Bellingham airport, and they said like starting at $300 something US dollars a day. I said, what? They had some car available for me to take it across the border, but it's a good thing that I did not rent one of those cars, because with no COVID test, I would have to pay 300 one day, another 300 for the second day, and that was yesterday and today. So 300, and for tomorrow, if the test goes all right, if I pass the test like with a negative result, then would total like $600 or something. That's US. So good thing that I did not rent the car, but I had to go to take the bus, which is a free bus. Took me all the way to Blaine, and I had to walk from the last bus stop. Had to walk to the border crossing. Like I said, was a miscommunication between the Health Canada guy over the phone, and got sent back to the United States to do the test. A guy from a public health agency of Canada phoned me, showing a private number, like a hidden number, some Asian, like a Chinese accent. Lots of Chinese work with the government. It's like the government of China sent spies. I'm just kidding. Like, but he called me and asked me about the test, and I said, yeah, I have a test done in Romania. No, it's not accepted. You have to take it in the States. But he was not very sure about. So, okay. The officers told me, yeah, according to Public Health Canada officer, you cannot cross into Canada. They gave me these two boxes, two swab tests to perform with it's called Switch Health. It's a company who made this test, so they got a contract. Imagine how much money got into this contract. I'm not trying to be picky about, but it's this COVID things changed the businesses. Lots of businesses made money, lots of businesses lost money. So if someone loses money, other people are making money. The officer gave me these two boxes. One have to be taken under supervision from Switch Health. You have to open this thing and follow a link, and you open an app, which is a proprietary software for this company, and you do a video call with a healthcare person. So some nurse or some dude or someone will watch you taking the nose sample, like some snot on the swab, put it into the vial, seal it, then you have to ship it in the same day. Ship it to an address that they provide into the manual. Okay, so it's a system well set up. It's like okay, they had time to set up these things within a year since the COVID started, like 2020, and now we are in 2021. So they had 1 year to perfect a COVID system, testing system, labeling, stores with labeling, like a permanent labeling, not like, oh yeah, some handwritten stuff. No, it's like a sticky one. Like it would suggest to those people who are into conspiracy theory that all the system was set up before, because what I know, it takes at least a year or two to create a software, a well-designed software for business purpose. And if these guys have their proprietary video chat software, maybe they had a contractor, they got awarded with a contract, government contract, because it's through the government of Canada. So probably they got awarded some $millions contract. They paid $500,000 or $1 million to the software developer company. Get it done within like 2 months, because we lose money if we don't have the platform. So they came up with a platform software, and they had to do the training. So it cost lots of money to do all these things. And I thought, that's interesting. How come these people were so fast? Because you need to hire people. You have to hire lots of people to have the system ready to go. Now, anyway, so that's different logistics, different conspiracy theory. I have to take this test first in the first day, second 8th day of my quarantine, which is 14-day at home quarantine. If my COVID test shows negative result. Okay, now going back to where I left off this story, I had to talk to this officer at the border crossing. He knew that the Public Health Canada sent me back, so he gave me these 2 things. I saw my wife, so he allowed me to pass the luggage to my wife, but I did not came in contact with my wife, because they thought if I don't have the test, if I got infected while traveling between Romania and the United States and Canadian border, they don't want me to spread the virus, which is a pretty good and smart step to protect the Canadians from people like me. So I don't mind it. It's not like I'm not saying, oh yeah, that's stupid, I'm angry, the government wants to take control over my life or something. No, I'm not into that. I'm pretty not smart. I'm open-minded. So it's a well set up to prevent people coming into contact and minimize the possibility of passing the disease or taking the disease from other country and bring it into Canada, which, like I said, I do appreciate the whole thing. And so I saw my wife. She got the backpack and stuff, so there is no concern that there were germs on the bag or anything like that, because I sanitize. I carry hand sanitizer in my pocket and all that, and sanitizer stations all over the place. So I waved my wife, hey, we were talking. She is in Canada, I'm in Canada and the US. It's a kind of neutral zone area between the border crossings. And then they showed me the way to go to the US border crossing, guys. So I'm going to US border crossing. The officer saw me. Come in here. Now I'm going there, and they asked me for passport, document, and visa. Good thing that I still have my United States visa that's valid. That's a good thing. It's like a wow. Otherwise I would be stuck in Romania. I tell you. I was stuck in Romania waiting for some documents coming back from the embassy. So anyway, that's my half an hour is gone. Talk to you later. I'm going to eat some food. It's a big journey. Bye bye.